All right, we are live. Welcome to the stream, everybody. Mic is on. We're ready to get forward. Oh, we can hear me twice. There we go. Now we cannot. That's good. We don't want any feedback loops here. All right. Today, we are going to be taking a look at set 4. It's long overdue. There's so many spoilers to look at. I haven't discussed them in so long. We're going to look at every set 4 card that has been revealed so far. We're going to be taking a deep dive into the decks that are coming out. We're going to start by looking at the leaders individually, and then we'll talk about the support that comes. But there's also a lot of support for old decks that really makes some surprising leaders that you weren't really expecting to come into the forefront might actually be very relevant come set 4. And we will be talking about all of that very soon. But first, we're going to do a real quick advertisement. On June 3rd, in Rotterdam, New York, where my shop is, Moonmen TCG is hosting the Grand Line Cup with $30 entry. First place is going to get a Manga Ace and 18 sealed packs. Second, we'll get an Alt-Art Nami and 12. Third's going to get a Alt-Art Luffy here and 9. Fourth, we'll get Alt-Art Zoro and 9. Fifth and sixth get Alt-Art 9-drop Whitebeard and 6. Seventh place gets Alt-Art Ivankov in 6th, and 8th place gets Alt-Art Shanks in 6. As well as, thank you Kaizoku Cards for helping to sponsor this event. We're getting this custom Zoro here, this Zoro leader right here. And this is going to be exclusive to this event. It won't have this watermark, but you will never be able to get this exact leader, this custom leader from Kaizoku Cards again. He has promised us that it will only be in this event. Whoever comes in first will get one with a winner stamp, but everyone that makes top 16 gets one of these cards. On top of that, we're doing giveaways to people that pre-register for the event. Right now, we have 7 box topper packs in the giveaway and 2 promotion packs 2022. And right now, I am announcing that we also have a 5-drop Alt-Art Law, the blocker law from set 1 on play. Bounce a card, play a new card, and Alt-Art will be given away to one person who pre-registers. We have 2 other giveaways to announce. They'll both hit Facebook. If you're interested in signing up, if you go to my channel on Twitch, if you go to the channel over here, you're watching it right now, go down to the bottom, and you go to this About section, you can click on this image right here. These are all in-padded links, so you can get my Discord, my YouTube, my Patreon, but you click on this image, it brings you straight to the sign-up registration. If you have any questions, my email is there. You can always message me directly. But that's enough of an ad. We'll talk about it more later on. Grand Line Cup, it's going to be a great event. We already have a lot of signups. Make sure you sign up before it's booked out. Now, let's talk about set 4. Set 4 is absolutely amazing. I'm super excited for it. I'm more excited for set 4 than I think I have been any other One Piece set so far. Set 4 is completely changing the dynamic in which we look at One Piece. It's introducing 6 leaders, all 6 are multicolor, and they're color combinations we don't have yet. So they're really trying to flesh out the game in its entirety. There are also mechanics coming out in set 4 that have been speculated for a long time, but we're only seeing we're finally seeing them actually exist, and we get a strong indication of the direction the game will be taking moving forward. But let's go ahead and start with our first leader we're going to be discussing is Nefertari Vivi. So Vivi is a blue-red leader, awesome color combination. We've all been waiting for that for a while. With 5 life, so Vivi is the first, along with one other leader in this set. They were the first leaders revealed to be shown that are multicolor and have 5 life at the same time. That's very exciting in of itself, but she cannot attack. That's the drawback. The multicolor 5 life leaders can't attack themselves. Activate main. Once per turn, you may pay 2, and you draw 1 card and give up to one of your characters' rush during this turn. So, pay 2, draw a card, and pay 2, give something rush are both very powerful effects. The fact that you have both on a single card is extraordinarily interesting. Being unable to attack with your leader is a very big drawback. We saw that with the Iceberg leader coming forward. Even though he can do very powerful things, that little bit of loss of aggro really sets him back a lot. So I'm curious to see how this will go. Multicolor 5 life is very impressive, and she has a very powerful effect. We're going to get into the support for her real quick. So Kung Fu Dugong, this card is terrible. Basic pack filler. One drop, 1k, counter plus 1000. If you have Kung Fu Dugong in play, other than this gains blocker. So, I mean, maybe if we get another Kung Fu Dugong or something, like this has the potential to be a 1-drop blocker in the way Toki is. But realistically, if it means that you need to have 2 of this on board, that's kind of unexciting. This could have been a really fun card if it was like the Pacifista blocker, where you can run any number in your deck. And it would have made a lot of sense because it's the Kung Fu Dugong. And we'd have had very funny little Kung Fu Dugong blocker spam decks. I think it could have been viable maybe in that scenario. As it is, this is the only one we have. We have no other animal support to really help you out with it. No Alabasta Kingdom support at the moment to really help you out with this card. And because of that, we're not really seeing much use out of it. Koza. Koza is a 3-drop 3k with a 2k counter stat, so immediately you see a 2k counter stat in the tribe of your leader. If we get a searcher for this color, this card's immediately good. Even if we don't, 2k counters, it's not uncommon for them all to be run. It does have a when attacking effect, so it's important to note that a lot of the VV support is going to be cards with when attacking effects to really utilize the fact that you can give the card rush the turn it comes into play. And I think that's a very fun card design for this leader. Its ability is when attacking, you may give one of your active leaders minus 5,000 power this turn, and then he gets plus 2,000 power until the start of your next turn. So giving your leader minus 5 does nothing bad for us because our leader cannot attack. So it doesn't really, it's only during your turn. It's during the turn it happens, so we're not losing any defense on the crackback. On top of that, he becomes a 5k beater. So realistically, there was some talk about running 3-drop 5k vanillas in VV for a little while. I think that's not going to be happening. We're much more likely to just see this card get run if you really want a 5k pressure, as it can be used as a 2k counter as well. Being able to be swung into much easier is definitely notable. Being able to be KO'd by Robin is more notable. And Vista, you know, all those removal effects are going to be still very relevant. But I think that the 2k counter stat, I think this card's likely to get run just for this 2k counter stat, ignoring any of its other abilities. And every once in a while, if you need a 5k attacker, you have access to it. That's good. This 2-drop Nami is also kind of interesting. 2-drop 3k with counter stat, Alabasta and Straw Hat. When attacking, reveal one card from the top of your deck. If that card was a character with 6,000 power or more, this character gets plus 3,000 power during this turn. Then you put the revealed card at the bottom of the deck. So with blue, we have access to the Perona, right, and the Doflamingo, the cards that can change the top 5 cards of your deck. So this was one of the first, if not the first card to get revealed in the VV deck. And I, at the time, was speculating we might see a lot more top of deck manipulation, the way the old Doflamingo deck works from set 1. This is the only one we've seen in that manner. It isn't blue, so we have access to top of deck manipulation if we want it. It's not uncommon for any blue deck to run the 3-drop Doflamingo. And then this card could be a 4-drop 6k rush that could draw you a card. The only thing is you have to be a little careful how you stack it, because if you play the Doflamingo, play this and give it rush, you're going to draw the top card of your deck. So you need the card that makes the Nami stronger 2 cards down. But that is a very strong 7 Dawn combo. You get a blocker, you get a 6k swing off, and you get to draw a card for 7 Dawn. You also do get to keep this 3k body. Now it's unlikely to live, but that forces an attack. It forces a removal effect. So this Nami is only a common. I wouldn't be that surprised to see it not run in the decks, but I could definitely understand where they were trying to go with it, given the support that we've already seen. And that's everything on OnePieceCardGame.dev. We do have a few other things, though. Oh, wait, no. Let's talk the Secret Rare first. Excuse me. This Secret Rare, first of all, how beautiful is this art? I love the art of this card as she's saying goodbye. This is just a highly sought after Secret Rare just because it's so beautiful. And I kind of get the feeling that this is going to be our manga card once we get our manga card out. This card is really interesting. It's a 7-drop 4K, very weak, with plus 1,000 counter, and its ability is all of your red characters that cost 3 or more other than this character gain rush. This card's an absolute powerhouse. Giving almost everything in your deck rush naturally gives... Red really didn't need that kind of support. But we also live in the world of reality. This card's very easy to remove. If you're playing against, you can't see it up here at the top left, but it is a 7 cost. If you're playing against red, oh, thank you for the sub, much appreciated, Jackalore. If you're playing, where was I? If you're playing against red, 4,000 power is super easy to remove. It's 1 jet pistol. It's 1 Tama Robin VV, or not Tama Robin VV, Tama Robin Vista. It's a squared away. 4K power in the Ace deck, there's so much more power removal. There's the Fire Fist card. This card is pretty easy to just get rid of, to just take off the board. If you're playing against black, 7 is not a hard number to hit. 1 Suru into Sakazuki will do it. If you're playing against yellow, the Secret Katakuri would do this, and it would be very annoying, even though you're healing 1. Paying 7 just to get rid of the card, needing to play 7 again to get it back, it is annoying. It's not permanent removal, but it's a big tempo swing for them, and this card's whole purpose is to provide tempo. Blue can bottom deck this with Mihawk, and that's really relevant. Blue also will get into blue later with some of the most incredible removal we've ever seen, which is absolutely wonderful. So this card is pretty easy to remove. Green can't really get rid of it super easily. I wouldn't be that surprised if Vivi is very relevant. I would not be that surprised to see Green start to tech in Straw Sword again, just because it might need an answer to this card, because this card provides a lot of power. But and then purple, all that purple currently has is the board wipe, unless it's multicolored. But still, every single color has an answer to it. Most colors are already running their answers to it. Green's the only one that isn't really running it. I guess purple, depending on which leader you're using, right? But even still, green could tech it in. Kaido is still a thing. Kaido just came in second in Germany's Treasure Cup or regionals. I think it was offline regional, which was really cool. So there are definitely things to be concerned about. Also, your leader can already do what this card can do, except you don't have to waste a turn to play this card, and you're going to draw a card as well. So this card is certainly not necessary. I do like it a lot. I think it will get run in VV decks. I wouldn't be that surprised to see it get run in other decks. This card has a lot of potential in decks like Whitebeard, a lot of potential in Mono Red Luffy. It could be run in Zoro, depending on the Zoro lists. Ace, I don't know how much they really want another character just to give their some rush, but still, this card is incredibly powerful. It has so many answers in the meta, I don't think it is game-breaking by any means. All right, let's talk about some of the red reveals that are not yet on the dev. So we've got this Usopp. I hate this Usopp. So it's a 4-drop 5k, counter plus 1000, and its ability is on KO to one of your opponent's characters with original power of 5000 or less. This is Kamazo. It gives me Kamazo vibes, except in my opinion, Kamazo is far stronger. Kamazo isn't that good. These are very mediocre cards. Some people really like the concept of having a 4-drop on board that your opponent just can never get rid of without taking, like a 4-drop 5k beater, without taking some negative of their own. However, bouncing and bottom decking is going to be very real in set 4. Very real for sure. And also, if you just, it's not that hard to play around this card. Kill it at a time when it's optimal for you. These cards just notoriously aren't that strong, so I'm not really looking for a lot from this Usopp. There is also a Pell. I don't really know. I guess I missed him on the reveals. Let's see if I can't find the Pell. Pell is a 5-drop 6k that does not have a counter stat. And it has a when attacking effect. I'm trying to remember if it's Dawn times 1 or just when attacking. But it KOs... here it is. So let's open this up. Here's the Pell. 5-drop 6k. It is Dawn times 1. When attacking, KO up to one of your opponent's characters with 4000 or less power. So it's kind of like a slightly better Robin. You know what I mean? Just hits a slightly higher power bracket. This card is very important too because with the VV that just got revealed, this card alone kills the VV when attacking. No counter stat does hurt, but we've seen cards like Hawkins be relevant in slower metas where a 5-drop 6k, even without a counter stat, if it has a very strong effect, will be pretty relevant in the game. This card plus Tama hits a lot of stuff. This card plus Gordon hits an ungodly amount of cards that are very relevant to the game. The fact that you can give this rush to, I do expect this to see some play in VV decks at minimum. I also wouldn't be that surprised to see it make its way into Whitebeard decks, into Luffy decks. I don't think Zoro needs this, but I think this is a very well-suited card for red, even without the counter stat. If it had a counter stat, I think it becomes a staple in every red deck on the planet, so I'm kind of happy that it doesn't. All right, that's what we've got going on for Red Blue VV. We don't have any blue reveals yet that are specific to VV. So as we move forward, If we have a blue card worth mentioning, I will point it out to Vivi. I'm going to mention some other red cards, some other cards from the past sets that really complement Vivi. Oh, I just accidentally closed that. That complement Vivi as well. That make her really strong. Some combos that have been pointed out before. One of the first ones that people really came to think about with this was the Ace. So there's a promo Ace. Oh, wow. I guess that didn't work. Well, there's one. Scroll all the way to the bottom. I'll get the promos. This guy. So he has double attack. So a 5-drop 6K with double attack that you immediately can give rush. If your opponent's not prepared to defend an attack like that, now 6 is not that strong of a power, right? This isn't that powerful of a card. But throw 1 Dawn on it, it's 7. If your opponent's not prepared to deal with that, it's a big tempo swing in your favor. That's pretty good. I don't know if it will get run. It's just a combo that's been mentioned before. Robin is the most obvious, right? This is what I was always thinking. This is an incredibly powerful 6 Dawn play where you drop the Robin, you immediately get a 5k swing off, you immediately KO something, and you get to draw a card. The drawing a card is really huge on this VV. So that's pretty good. Another one that isn't bad is the Boa. With this Boa Hancock, you play her for 4, attach 1, and pay 2 to give her rush and draw a card, and you swing and draw another card. So for what is, let's see, what ends up being 7 Dawn, you get a 6k swing and drawing 2 cards. That's not bad at all, and you have this body on board. That's pretty cool. I wouldn't be at all surprised to see this Boa get run in this deck. It depends on how many better options we have. Since she's red, like the best cards in the game are red, we have so many good red cards. Boa is a pretty good card, but she tends to get taken out just because we have so many better cards available, but she's still worth mentioning. And another really big one is the old set 1 Crocodile. It would be really cool to get a fun use for this card because it hasn't been that relevant. But you could make this a 10 Dawn play where you're swinging with an 8k Banish with Rush and you draw a card. Oh, Vivi's effect is only for red cards? Number of Dawn, draw 1 card. Up to one of your characters gains Rush. Did that get fixed in an errata? Or like was that a mistranslation? I'm talking about the leader VV, not for the 7-drop VV. This VV's effect is only for red cards. But the leader VV can give any character Rush. Unless that's been translated differently somewhere, in which case I have not heard of that. That would be very strange. But yeah, with this leader effect, an 8 Dawn play, you could attach one to this Crocodile, draw a card, swing with an 8k Banish. 8k Banish is a pretty powerful swing. And if you have any 1-cost blue events, you can then use them for free. So even though you're using your 10 Dawn, you still have a lot of defense available to you. That's a pretty nifty combo. I don't know if it'll make it into decks. I don't know how many blue events will be getting run. And this guy was just saying in the comments, since the character VV gives your red characters rush, you're much more likely to be running red top end instead of blue top end if you're going to be running this red VV, because then they complement each other better. Like giving a 9-drop Whitebeard rush is kind of utterly insane. Get a crazy amount of defense in your deck and immediately swing with the 9-drop Whitebeard. It's a very powerful, very, very powerful combo. And that's what we have to talk about with VV. I'm sure there are other things I haven't mentioned. Those are just the 4 biggest ones that I've seen running around. There are other when attacking effects that could be utilized. That's just the main gist. And once again, in red, you have your absolute best aggro cards. So being able to give anything rush is really, really strong. Yeah, no worries, man. No worries at all. Let's move on to our next leader. We're actually going to pause from Doflamingo real quick to talk about Isho here. Just because we actually have gotten Doflamingo support, whereas we have gotten no Isho support out of this set yet. And so it's faster to talk about Isho. Isho's multicolor green-black, 5k life, or, excuse me, 5k power, 4 life. His ability is Dawn ×1, your turn, give -1 cost to all your opponent's characters. That's not bad. It's not insane, but having that on your leader is pretty good. I wouldn't really want that on one of my cards. Like, I don't want on the Sengoku, right? But on your leader, that's pretty nifty. His end of turn is much more relevant, in my opinion. End of turn, pay 1, set up to one of your characters that cost a 5 or less to active. So switching your Hinas, switching this card to active, swinging with it, and then making it active is really powerful. Your Borsalino, your unkillable blocker that gets run in every black deck. Your 5-drop Law, right? This guy that is running so many green decks is really cool. I'm a big fan of a lot of that. I think one of the big reasons I'm excited for Isho is I've been waiting for a black-green leader since Navy first got revealed. And the reason is because of the X-Drake from the starter deck. Oh, it's a dot, not a dash. Excuse me. The X-Drake from the starter deck, okay, or there's just nothing. I mean, there's a dot there, but whatever. When this first got revealed, has always interested me because his ability increases your supernovas or Navy leaders and characters. So right when we got him, we also got the Kobe out of the starter deck, but I've been waiting for a proper way to use these two X-Drakes in that manner, and I just really like the concept of a Navy deck having access to that card. Increasing the power of your Isho as well is really good. And I'm really, even though Isho has got no support so far, I don't expect him to get a ton of support out of the set. At least not direct like Navy support, maybe a couple cards. I'm not thinking like a ton though. But just from what we already have access to, he could be a really cool kind of a mid-range deck. I don't want him to focus super hard on what the Navy's been doing, but you know, you run your Borsalinos, you run your 5-drop Laws, you run your 4-drop X-Drakes, you run your 5-drop X-Drakes, you run your Sakazukis, you run your Kuzans, your Ishos, and you just have a really high quality deck, almost the way someone would play Luffy or Whitebeard, just with a lot of really good tempo cards. And now let's talk about the deck that I personally am by far most excited for, and that is Purple-Green Doflamingo. First of all, Purple-Green is already an insane color combination. If you've been playing this game since Set 1, you know that Purple and Green really have a ton of potential. Set 2 onwards, sure, Red's been great, but I just can't get Purple-Green out of my head because of Set 1, right? And its effect is end of your turn, set up to 2 of your Dawn cards as active. There was a leader in Dragon Ball Super, for those of you that played that, the Super Saiyan 3 Goku that did the same thing except it was 3 instead of 2, and the leader was broken for sets. It's like it was like eternal. It got used for so long before getting power crept, right up there with the top contenders for ages. And this is going to be no different. Being able to play out your entire turn and then leave up 2 Dawn for Judgment of Hell, for Paradise Waterfall, for Punk Gibson, for Blast Breath, for all of these absolutely insane. Purple and Green have some of the best counter cards in the game, hands down. I'm really excited to see this card moving forward. And on top of the insanity that is this leader, the support we've gotten for the Don Quixote Pirates is also insane. So let's jump into that real quick. We'll talk about this Kuro. 6-drop 8K vanilla. Cool. Whatever. Don't care. This is actually my favorite type of vanilla. 6-drop 8 is, I love to play 6-drop 8K vanillas. But, you know, I'm glad Green has one. That's all there is to say about it. I kind of wish it wasn't Kuro, but at the same time, Kuro's cool, so. Let's talk. We're going to actually talk about Sugar later because Sugar is really important. Let's talk about everything else. We also do have this East Blue former Navy, Daddy Masterson. Dawn times 1 under your turn. Set this character to active. 4-drop 5K with no counter stat. I'm not crazy about this card. It won't get buffed by your X-Drake. I think if it got buffed by your X-Drake, like if it was Navy, I'd actually run it in the Isho deck because it's a 5K body that's going to be swinging every turn. But realistically, I don't expect to see this in any decks, even the East Blue decks that don't do anything good. Diamante, this card is actually really strong. 5-drop 6K, counter plus 1,000 and blocker. 5-drop 6K blocker is an incredible effect. Counter plus 1,000 on top of that. When you see a 5-drop 6K blocker with a counter stat, it's definitely always something to keep in mind. I go back to Queen. Now, Queen is insane for card draw purposes as well. However, a 5-drop 6K blocker is just... 6K blocker is a golden number for blockers. It's really where you want to be. And then Dawn times 1 under your turn. If you have 2 or more active Dawn, set this character as active. Well, if you have the Doflamingo leader, you always have 2 Dawn at the end of your turn. So this is kind of like a mini 7-drop kid. It's going to be swinging for 7 every turn, and then you have access to it as a blocker. And because you've switched 2 of your Dawn to active, you have access to Paradise Waterfall, like instantly. So we're already seeing this Doflamingo deck from this one card alone, and coupled with the leader, we can see really powerful lines coming for this Doflamingo deck. Treble, I hate Treble as a character, but he's a pretty cool card. On play, KO up to one of your opponent's rested characters at the cost of 5 or less. Excuse me, he's a 6-drop 6. That's worth mentioning. So he's and with no counter stats. So that first part makes him just like a slightly worse X-Drake, nothing too special. But he does also have when opponent attacks, pay 2, set up to one of your opponent's characters at the cost of 4 or less is rested. So Zoro Hate, it does cost 2. We untap 2, sure, but or switch 2 to active, I should say, proper game terminology, you know. But I mean, is that any better than Punk Gibson to prevent the attack and also rest a card with cost 4 or less? It's more Zoro Hate, which I really like. And the on play is good, and this is, you can use it every turn. It doesn't waste a card out of your hand. So I still do think I like this card, maybe at 2. If even, because there's so much good green stuff that's already out there in the world. But I could definitely see this card making the cut, at least at a couple. Depending on the rest of the sport, it really could go more. I'm just not expecting a ton of it. That's fun little card. This Doflamingo, this 10-drop, is absolutely insane. This is going to be a game-breaking card. It's a 10-drop 10k on play. A total of up to 3 of your opponent's rested characters or leaders do not become active during your opponent's next refresh phase. So they call this stun in a lot of other games. Basically, what you do is you play this for 10, and 3 of your opponent's cards can't do anything, right? And then you untap 2, and you have a 10k body. You've stopped their leader from being able to swing. This is really powerful. This card is absolutely insane. Now the only way they're doing something with their turn, realistically, stun is what blue should have been. I mean, stun certainly could have been in blue, Jag, but you know, I mean, that's the color norm, right? Like, you play Argent Saga, you play Final Fantasy, like stun's all over blue. Galdino is stun. Let me look up Galdino. What are we looking at with Galdino? Oh, yeah, we did get this one stun card. I mean, kind of. This one couldn't attack. It was like, couldn't attack, but they did nothing with it. I mean, this card sucks, for one. You and your blue stun. That's mad funny. Good to be talking to you guys. I've been absent for far too long. So, I don't really mind that stun's in green, because green is the tap-untap color. If it ain't red with rush, I don't care. Well, there's plenty of red rush for you in this set, Skirian. Green is the rest manipulation color. I actually think this makes more sense in green because of because green has set a precedence for having abilities that interact with rested characters. So we do have we've got this one blue card that says cannot attack. Red is boring, go play Yu-Gi-Oh! That says you cannot attack. But in terms of being unable to switch the cards to active, I think it fits green better. Also, this card is banana, so that's all that matters. Now, Sugar is the answer, where even if your opponent plays a rush card, it no longer matters thanks to Sugar. Green is going to need Barrier soon to survive yellow and black. I don't even think that's true. I think this Doflamingo leader, I think, is best deck set for. Hands down. I really do. That's where I'm at. This card is insane. I don't care about removal. Not enough. Not enough. Not with this Sugar. Let's talk Sugar. Sugar's a 2-drop 0 with a counter with a plus 1000. This card is scary. It sets a dangerous precedent moving forward. It's got an on-play. Let's start with the on-play. On-play, rest up to one of your opponent's characters at the cost of 4 or less. So it is a slightly stronger Nekomamushi effect. It's like Izo's effect on Nekomamushi's cost, but it has no power. However, its other ability is what is really scary. Opponent's turn, once per turn, when your opponent plays a character, if your leader is of the Don Quixote Pirates, rest up to one of your opponent's characters and this card. Green is pain right now and dead set 3. Need to wait 2 sets while red gets glazed on by old man. I mean, red is definitely really, really strong set 2 and 3. However, I don't like set 2 anymore. Set 2 is pretty boring, but I actually like where set 2's at post ban. There's a lot of relevant stuff. Red is still the best color because there's like 3 good red decks and 1 for everything else. But Nami can still be played. Lucci is very good. Katakuri is very good. Black Yellow Big Mom is still okay. Kuro sucks for sure. Kinemon's not that strong anymore. But we've got a more diverse meta than we did pre-boat ban. Sugar top tier, this card's actually insane. So yeah, let's go back. Opponent's turn once per turn. Your opponent plays a character card. If your leader is Don Quixote Pirates, rest up to one of your opponent's characters, then rest this card. This card is insane. This is the, we're starting to see what we'd call in Magic an instant speed interaction outside of the counter step. We're starting to see effects that can mess with what your opponent is doing. Vista kills before trigger, apparently. That makes sense, and I'll explain why in a moment. We're seeing effects that happen in response to anything as opposed to just attacks. And I'm very excited for the game to be moving that direction. It seems to be going in a very balanced way. Let me explain why that makes sense. The reason that makes sense is this game doesn't have a stack or a chain, unlike most other games with instant speed interaction. You just throw on an effect and then the effect resolves. So what happens is when your opponent plays Vista, Vista's effect happens. Normally in another game, Vista's effect would, big for us oppressed red players, oh my god. Vista's effect would go on to what's called a stack, which an opponent could then respond to. In this game, that doesn't happen. The on-play just happens, the effect just resolves. So it kills the Sugar before Sugar even has a chance to activate her effect. And that's very relevant. It's very relevant. I don't think it matters that much. Like, don't get me wrong, it definitely still matters. But I still think Sugar is an absolutely cracked card. I still think that Doflamingo is going to be insane. I think if you have 1 or 2 Sugars on board with a Doflamingo and you play Doflamingo, your opponent can do nothing. They're never playing the game again. You just go Doflamingo to Doflamingo, and you've got all these bodies. So I'm really excited for the Don Quixote Pirates. There is also one other card, I think. Yeah, here she is, Viola. So she's got counter plus 2,000, which is really cool. And when opponents attack, you can pay 2. Rest up to one of your opponent's Dawn. I don't ever see you playing this card. It's just a 2k counter. Hopefully, it'll be searchable. Fun fact, Daddy Masterson is a 4 in Japan right now. Saw some gameplay and it put in work. Huh? Well, I mean, the set's not out. What did you see it in? What deck? Because I don't really see... in Dofi? So people that are playtesting Dofi are running Daddy Masterson at 4. It could be a mirror tech because Daddy Masterson can't get stunned. So if people are testing a lot of Dofi, cards that untap are actually really powerful, right? Like your 7-drop kids, your Diamante, your Daddy Mastersons. Doflamingo is not going to stop them from standing. Give Isho green-black leader a 1 to 10 honest rating. I'm curious to see if the deck's doable with current cards. 6. It can't utilize CP9 properly, and CP9 is far stronger than Navy. Being that it's green, it has access to stopping red better, and it's got access to the normal black decks. It's got access to the starter deck X-Drake, and just high-quality mid-range cards I think would be very strong with it, but I don't think Isho performed worse than I thought, to be fair. Shame. I don't think it's broken by any means, but it's nifty. I do think it's playable. Needs someone to break it. I don't think it's going to get broken. I think it'll get solved to a playable point and be relevant in a way that Ivankov is relevant right now, right? Like, it's a viable deck. You could play it. You won't win a lot. Like, you're unlikely to win a bunch of stuff. I just run all green draw and control with black removal. Yeah, like, there's a lot of potential with this card. Just because you can run the best of both cards, the leader's effect is just generically strong. People didn't think Newgate would be broken at one point. I mean, I thought Newgate would be broken, and then when I couldn't break him, I lost hope. What an arrogant thing to say. Oh, I couldn't break him. No one fucking can. Now he's stupid. I don't see Isho becoming broken. I could be wrong. He just seems very middle of the pack. That's fine, though. We don't need a ton of broken leaders. Vivi I could see becoming broken. Rebecca I could see becoming broken. Doflamingo is broken. There's no becoming to it. But anyway, let's get on. Bonnie Law, X-Drake, Starter, and Smoker all in one deck. Yeah, exactly. Nah, we do. We need that shit. All right. Anyway, we're gonna move on to Rebecca. Rebecca is one of the leaders. One of the other cards I'm most excited for. This is the other multicolor 5-life leader that cannot attack. Oh, what's your thoughts on Crocky, baby? Yeah, we'll get to Croc later on. I'm doing them all in the order of the leaders. Activate main once per turn, pay 1. If you have 6 or less cards in your hand, look at the top 2 cards. Look at 2 cards from the top of your deck. Reveal up to 1 Dressrosa type card, add it to your hand, then trash the rest. So this card is actually insane. No, Rebecca is cracked. This card is really decent. It's not hard to have less than 6 cards in hands. It's very common. I'm playing her good. You should. She's going to be really strong. The leader itself is not broken. It's really good, but it's not inherently broken. It's the support that we've gotten for her, coupled with a very good leader, that makes it good. Yeah, we'll just jump right into the stage, honestly, because this stage is what makes the deck so busted. This costs 1, And it says if your leader has the Dressrosa type, your characters that have the Dressrosa type can attack characters on the turn they are played. So they can kind of like pseudo rush all of your Dressrosa characters, which is insane. So already because of that stage, you want to run a crap ton of Dressrosa cards in your deck, which makes Rebecca's leader effect less likely to whiff. Rebecca's leader effect can grab the stage, so you're pretty likely to see this card, and then you can just go for a ton of control from there. So we've got this 1-drop 1k plus 2 counter. This character can attack active characters. What? This is the wrong effect. So I guess I'm just gonna have to read it. On play, up to one of your characters with Dressrosa type may attack your opponent's characters inactive during this turn. Useful 1-drop 2k. The fact that it's a 2k counter means it's most likely to get run. Deck is as good as the playable Dressrosa cards they print, but they've printed so many good Dressrosa cards. That's the thing. So this is mainly a 2k counter that you can grab off your leader, of course. However, it does also have a utility effect. This is the perfect kind of 2k counter where every once in a while you're going to really want to play it, and otherwise it's a 2k counter. Lost shouldn't have been a promo. I agree. Then we've got this Sabo. Sabo's a blocker, 5-drop 6k counter plus 1000. Once again, 5-drop 6k, those are those effects. And then on play, your characters can't be KO'd by card effects until the start of your next turn, then draw 2 and trash 2 from your hand. This character is absolutely cracked. Play it with a fleet of blockers to Manga Rare. It could be the Manga Rare. I wouldn't be that surprised if it was Sabo. I was expecting Vivi, but I could see Sabo. Although we did just get Ace. I know it was only 2 sets ago, but getting Sabo and Ace that close together would be a little strange. But yeah, this is perfect red prevention. Like, what I'm really liking about set 4 is we're moving in a direction where we're seeing the game slow down a lot. We need to see we need to see more decks have ways to not just get run over by Zoro. Because in my opinion, red isn't the problem, Zoro is the problem. Zoro gatekeeps the meta. There are decks that would be far more viable if Zoro didn't exist. Decks that can contest Whitebeard. Decks that can contest Ace. But they can't do anything to Zoro. And I'm glad to see us moving in a anti-aggro position. Because aggro has been too good for too long. It's going to continue to be moving forward. And this card is absolutely insane. We've got a 5-drop 7k vanilla. That's fine. I like that it's Law. I like Law. Especially since a 5-drop 7k that can attack characters the turn it enters is actually really powerful. I saw a video where Sabo was played and opponent's Red Hawk couldn't pop. Yeah, that's really sweet. Sabo is just a really powerful card. This Luffy is a lot of fun. 7-drop 7k. This character can attack active characters just naturally. Activate main once per turn. You may return 7 cards from your trash to the bottom of your deck in any order. Set this character to active. Then during your next refresh phase, this character cannot be set to active. So he stuns himself. But you get 2 attacks out of him if you want them. Really, really good way to close games. Really, really good way to control board. It's easy to fill your graveyard with cards because you're playing Rebecca. You're getting at least 1 card in your drop every time you use her effect, which is probably going to be most turns. So Black has seen a lot of effects out of set 3 that the whole CP9 engine is put cards from your discard to the bottom of your deck. I'm glad to see us moving forward in that direction still. It's a good way to utilize the fact that Black forces you to discard cards from your hand sometimes. Cavendish. Dawn times 1, 5-drop 6k. Dawn times 1, this character can attack active characters. Already really good. And then when attacking, you may rest your leader, KO up to one of your opponent's characters that cost 1 or less, then trash 2 cards to the top of your deck. So this Black Rebecca deck, we're seeing all these cards that can attack active characters. You couple that with the Colosseum, they get the equivalent of Rush when they enter. Black set 4 has better boss monsters than Green set 2? Yes. Yep. Yeah, agreed. Like, these cards that can attack active characters and also KO other things, you're just seeing so much value come from one single card. I'm really excited to see how this goes moving forward. We've got the Leo. On play, you may rest your leader. If your leader is the Dressrosa type, KO up to one of your opponent's characters cost 1 or lower. Then trash top 2 cards to your deck. Thank you for the follow, Crook Shinobi. But anyway, so this is really, really sweet. More utility, more Zoro hate. This is exactly what we need. It is also in Black, so cost reduction is a thing. We haven't seen a ton of it. We haven't seen a ton of cost reduction for, like, we haven't seen any for Rebecca to my knowledge. But, you know, it's always relevant to think that you could run some cost reduction stuff. Like, you're going to run 4 Suru in the deck, most likely, still. So cost reduction is still a relevant thing. We'll talk about this Law. Now, this Law is a promo, so it's not coming out of the set, but it's obviously meant to go with the Vivi deck. Not the Vivi, excuse me, the Rebecca deck. 4-drop 5k, counter plus 1000. Effect on play, you may rest one of your leaders, KO 20 opponent's character at the cost of 1 or less. It's pretty good because your leader can't attack. So all these things that fuck with your leader are completely fine. And then it's kind of like a Shiryu of the Rain. Except in a color with cost reduction. So very solid. I wouldn't be that surprised to see this get run in other decks too, honestly, even though it sacks you your leader attack. And more Zoro hate. I love more Zoro hate. Let's see. We've got some other stuff here for Rebecca. We've got Rebecca, 1-drop 2K. First of all, I love this art. This art is so cute. Whoever this artist is that's doing this, maybe it's this person right here. Hokuyu? Fantastic. Can't stand this Zoro slander. 2-cost Zoro is the true Zoro. I do remember 2-drop Vanilla Zoro from set 1. That was a lot of fun. But anyway, 1-drop 2K counter plus 1000. On play, look at the top 3 cards of your deck. Reveal 1 Dressrosa type card other than Rebecca and add it to your hand. Then trash the remaining cards. So, cool. Filtering, the fact that they go to drop is really good. Your 1-drop filters are really good. This card's probably going to be a 4 of, just like your Namis and your everything else. This card, I'm so excited for this card. This is a 3-drop 3K blocker, but it's also got a counter stat, or a 2K counter stat. That's awesome. I'm glad it went to Bartolomeo. That's so cool. Like the shielding ultimate defense guy. Love that. And I think this is going to be like a staple 4 of in like every single black deck. It's just too useful a card. Hey, I'm kind of new to card games. One Piece is the first one I'm taking seriously. Congratulations, One Piece is an excellent card game for beginners. It's very easy to learn with a very high skill ceiling that makes it very rewarding to learn more about the game. My question is, isn't it too early to release about 30 plus leaders in 1 year? No. In games where you have leaders, because not all card games have leaders, as I would assume you know. However, in games where you have leaders, they release a ton of leaders every set. Bandai is actually, with One Piece, starting to release less and less, where they're slowing down. It's really, one thing about these card games that's really important is their IP. There are people that are going to play this card game just to play Whitebeard. Whitebeard's their favorite character. They want to play Whitebeard. Rebecca's their favorite character. They got to play Rebecca. So they release a ton of leaders, even if some of them aren't as strong, in order to, 1, add a ton of diversity, build diversity to the meta, and One Piece is doing a very good job of that, at least moving forward. And 2, to appeal, it's fan service, to make sure everyone has the leader that they want. More leaders, the better. Don't worry, only 5 red ones get used anyway. Yeah, right? Fuck. But yeah, this card is absolutely insane. Love this. I think it's an auto 4 of in like every black deck. This card is cool. 3-drop, main, choose 1 Dressrosa type character, plus 6,000. After, if your trash has 15 or more cards, this character gains double attack for the turn. Trigger, draw 2, trash 2. Imagine using this on the 7-drop Luffy that can attack twice. It's easy to remove your opponent's blockers with other cards you have on board. This could be an OTK deck, OTK situation. Even if you're not using it for the double attack, using it on a Luffy or someone that's going to KO a card, it's really good. I think this card will be used at 1 or 2. So CDAT said he saw King Kong Gun and Jamie. What's Jamie? What's Jamie? What's Jamie? Oh, Jambe. Wait, CDAT said he saw King Kong Gun and Jambe on 7-cost Luffy. What, in Garp? Oh my god. So that's nuts. So you take this 7-cost Luffy, you make it unblockable with Jambe in Garp, and then you play this new card. Where is it? I think it's here. King Kong Gun. That's really, really cool. So one thing about set 4 that I've really liked is more than any other set, we're seeing support that makes random old bad leaders viable. This is a great example of that. I don't necessarily think this is going to make Garp viable, but that's an insane combo right there with a lot of setup, but it could be game ending. That alone right there could literally end the game in an instant on someone. It's cool, at least. It is cool. And we're seeing a lot of support that makes it so that other older decks can actually come function and do cool things. Something I didn't talk about is the potential of film decks with purple, green, Doflamingo. Because you've got the purple film starter deck, and you've got the green film set 2 stuff for the Straw Hats. Now, I'm not a huge fan of that. Personally, I know there's a ton of film fanboys out there, and it's good that they're getting what they want. Because that's actually not terrible. Untapping 2 for Union Armada is not the worst thing in the world. And then Union Armada making your 7-drop Luffy unkillable for a turn is pretty cool. So there's definitely validity to it. And I like that we're getting all these really fun niche ways, even if they're not viable, to use old leaders to make fun new things happen. That's it technically for Rebecca's support. However, I do want to talk about this card because it doesn't make any sense. This is the best removal spell we've gotten in the game by far. 6-drop blue, Gum Gum Red Rock. Main, place up to one character at the bottom of its owner's deck. Trigger, place up to one character with a cost 4 less at the bottom of its owner's deck. Blue just got broken in one card. Blue got the first removal card that affects every card ever made. Oh, I guess Kaido. No, because Kaido can't KO the cards that can't be KO'd. Everything. For 6, you get rid of it. Forever. It's just gone. And Blue really needed this love. It really needed this love and support. And this is going into every Blue deck that ever gets run at least 2. Because why would you not? I can't wait for your opinion on Kaido. Well, we're going to get there in like just a moment. Queen! This Queen leader is really, really curious. Not bad. Kind of bad. But really, really curious. 5k, 4 life, blue, yellow. Cool color combination. To be fair, pretty much every color combination in the game is cool. The only one I don't really like is black, red. Effect, Dawn times 1 when attacking. If the total number of cards in your life and hand is 4 or less, and I believe that means combined, I've been told, by people that translate, by my buddy that translates Japanese cards for me. So you'd have 4 or less life and hand. Draw 1 card. It is. Yeah, it is. If you have a character with the cost of 8 or more in play, you may place up to 1 card from the top of your deck on your life instead of drawing a card. That's a really steep stipulation, and that's terrible. However, it could be good, because it's got an innate heal for 1 Dawn on your leader. That has potential. So if the support for the deck is good enough, this could be strong enough. So let's take a look at the support for the deck. Real quick, we're going to look at this Apiss. I love that this card is named Apiss because it makes me want to take a piss. This card sucks so fucking bad. It is a 1-drop 0 cost, 1 cost 0k, 2k counter. On play, you may trash 2 cards in your hand, look at the top 5 cards of your deck, reveal up to 1 card with the East Blue type, add it to your hand, place the remaining cards at the bottom of your deck in any order. What the fuck is that? In set 1, we got Nami, which does the same thing, except you don't have to trash 2. They made you discard 2 cards just because it's a 2k counter. Now, why would I ever play it? I play this card, I'm out a 2k counter and 2 more cards in hand to maybe whiff, to look for a card on top of my deck. Blue card bad, since when? I have no idea why they've made this card. It's just a 2k counter that's East Blue, so like it could be searched off East Blue cards. I guess if you're going to run Blue-Green Sanji with the East Blue engine, I don't get this card at all. Maybe they just really hated Nami and they were like, we'll give Nami some support, but it needs to be really bad. I loved the arc too, but with the little dragon, but the card is so bad. Anyway, let's move on to Queen support. So Sasuke, we're seeing the Tobi Roppo come back, which is really cool. All in blue now. 3-drop 4k, 2k counter. On play, return all cards in your hand to your deck and shuffle your deck, then draw cards equal to the number of cards returned to the deck. So this card is actually sweet. This is what we would call in Magic the Gathering a wheel, where you replace your entire hand. A 2k counter that has the potential to fix your hand at the same time is absolutely awesome. The -1 isn't that big of a deal because of the Queen. Oh, Joe CeeLo loves me. Hey, Joe CeeLo, what's up, buddy? Because of the Queen. So potentially you could be drawing that card right back anyway if you get low enough. But this card is really good. I expect to be a 4 of in a lot of blue decks, let alone Queen. Just because it's a 2k counter that could fix your hand if it's really bad. Oh, thank you for this Prime, Joe CeeLo. Good to hear from you, buddy. Black Maria, this card is kind of cool. 3-drop 3k, counter plus 1000, activate main, pay 2. You may rest this character, draw 1 card. If you have a way to protect it, I could see it. Like, it's a draw engine. It's a repeatable draw engine, and it gets played off of trigger. I could see this in, like, Blue-Green Sanji hiding behind an 8-cost kid, I guess. It's just a really nifty card. I don't think it's anything particularly busted, but I like repeatable draw engines. All right, let's talk the Kaido now. So this is the alt art, which is really fucking sexy. I love this alt art. Its ability is on play, return up to 1 character that costs 8 or less, and up to 1 character that costs 3 or less to its owner's hand. I think this card is pretty good. The thing about this card is Mihawk puts a card to the bottom deck, and we just got the 6-cost card that puts a card to the bottom deck. Bottom decking is so much better than bouncing, but this is still a 12k body. It hits 8 costs. It hits 2 cards at once. It hits an 8 cost. 10 is steep, but it's a 12k body. It's a 12k body that can disrupt your opponent's entire board in one go. It can bounce your own 3-drops to your hand so you can repeat their on plays. I don't think this card is broken by any means, but I expect it to be like 1 or 2 of in a lot of blue decks. It also depends on how relevant 8-cost cards are, because the 9-drop Mihawk does not hit 8-cost cards. But with the 6-drop removal spell, I wouldn't be that surprised to see this card not get run at all. It's just a 12k body is really nothing to be scoffed at. It just isn't. 12k body is absolutely incredible power. So I think it's overall, it locks you out completely. Can't even hit Whitebeard Leader with your own. Yeah, but that happens when you play any 10-cost card. Happens when you play Board Wipe. Happens when you play Doflamingo. Happens when you play 10-drop Big Mom. Now, I don't think this card is on the same par as any of the other 10-drops we've seen. Literally none. If this card hadn't been revealed in the same exact set as the 6-drop removal spell, think of how busted we would be saying this card is. We'd be like, Blue finally got an answer to 8-cost kid. Oh my god. But with the 6-drop removal spell, this card kind of feels unnecessary. Black Maria will attack for sure, so kind of works as a pseudo blocker like Arrested Body. Nah, cope. What am I coping, Jag? What do you disagree with me? You think this card's busted? I want to hear your thoughts on this card, Jag. Yeah, I agree, Jean Pilgrim. Black Maria is drawing an attack is nothing to be scoffed at. It's only 3k, so it doesn't get any crazy big attacks out of the way, but it's still a card that forces your opponent to answer it, and that's nice. That's a lot of power. If they don't answer it, it's a repeatable draw. I disagree on believing this card is anything but trash. Wow. Whoa, you are the person I was assuming you'd be on the exact opposite boat, where you thought I'd think it was trash and you'd love this card. It's not good. Like, I give it I give it a 5 out of 10. It's fine. Blue needed top end. Blue has nothing that even comes close to this card's power. I could really see it as a 2 of index. I really could. 4 to 5 out of 10 for me as well. Yeah, that's where I'm at. It's a blue bomb. Blue just needed big bodies. You run 3 Mihawk, 2 of this as your top end. It still gives you a lot of tempo. A lot of tempo. And bouncing 2 cards is, I think you're undervaluing this card. I don't think it's insane, but I do think it is good. I do think it is good. Imagine playing this in fucking mono blue Crocodile, and you bounce an 8 and a 3, and then Dawn -4 bounce a 5 as well. That'd be cool. When Whitebeard is a 9 cost and they can have 1 Dawn up for Radical, this has no reason to be 10. I would argue that Whitebeard should be 10. Not that this should be 9. I'll play blue purple and play purple Kaido. Yeah, but that's if yeah, sure. If you are playing blue purple Kaido, don't run this card. Run the good Kaido board wipe, right? Run the board wipe, of course. If you're playing any other blue deck in the world, I could see this card being viable. Blue doesn't have Radical. That's true. All of Blue's 1-cost events suck anyway. But then again, if you're playing a multicolor deck, every other color has pretty decent 1-cost events, right? I don't know. I think you're undervaluing it a little bit. Who's Who? This card is... Wait. Where's the Queen? We're going to wait on Who's Who. Kaido is just a new option to replace Mihawk depending on the meta. Yeah, that's exactly it. It's sad that Blue plays this because they have to, then want to. It is. I agree. It is sad that Blue plays this because it is their best option as opposed to because it is a good option. I really wish it bounced the 8 and bottom decked the 3. That, I think, fixes this card instantly. If it bounced the 8 and bottom decked the 3, this card would actually be really good. But then you couldn't use it on your own cards. So I don't know. It could bottom the 8 and bounce the 3, but then it might be too good. But then again, not with the 6-drop removal spell. So, I'm missing the Queen. I want to find that real quick because that's important. Geez, am I missing a ton of stuff? Oh, there's an 8-drop. Here, I'll open this real quick. There's an 8-drop 9K Luffy with Banish. I wish the dev was more up to date. Dude should really get more cards. This card literally just has Banish. I'm just going to go make sure I didn't miss any other VV stuff real fast. I don't think I did. Nah, I didn't. This is cool because, one, you can give it Rush with a 7-drop VV or with your leader. So both of those are really fun. And let's open the Queen up. So this is an interesting card. It's a 4-drop 5K plus 1,000. Its ability is on play if your leader is the Animal Kingdom Pirate site. Look at the top 7 cards of your deck. Reveal up to 2 Playgrounds or Ice Oni, add them to your hand, then place the rest at the bottom of your deck in any order. So I think we're going to get some event control stuff going on with the oh, I'm losing my head. With the Blue Yellow Queen. This card is a +1. It grabs 2 specific cards, and that's cool. I agree that blue have the worst 1-cost events, only playable in Nami or Croc. Yeah, agreed. But no, this is really interesting. I'm excited to see what Ice Oni and Playgrounds do. I expect them to be events, personally. I wouldn't be that surprised if they were cards, but I really think events is where we're going. And this card just seems fun to me. I like the way that Queen's moving. Now let's talk who's who. Same, to be fair, I say bounce one, bottom deck other. Yeah, if one bounced and one bottom deck, it'd be perfect. Who's who? 1-drop 2K, top 5 Animal Kingdom Pirate Searcher. This is awesome. Now, we're going to start talking about the first... We brought up Garp briefly. Now we're going to start talking about an older deck that gets a lot of help from this set that I think is really going to start to thrive, and that is Blue-Purple Kaido. So Blue-Purple Kaido has suddenly gotten a way to search Onigashima, as well as all of the busted purple Animal Kingdom Pirates cards. A searcher for Queen is absolutely insane. As well as a bunch of new Animal Kingdom Pirates to go along with it. How many purple Animal Kingdom Pirates already have 2K counters? Sasaki, Ulti. I can only name 2 off the top of my head. I think it is just 2. But now we got the blue Sasaki as well. That means if you run those 3 2K counters in this deck, this little who's who can grab your Onigashima, your Queens, your board wipe, and 12 different 2K counters. That's a lot of support for this random set 1 deck to get. And this is what I'm really liking about set 4, is it seems intentionally... This doesn't only grab blue, right? I'm not fucking smoking crack. I've done that before. No, it grabs anything other than who's who. Yeah. Can't wait for the Smile support in set 12. Yeah, right? This is Smile support too, right? Smile are all Animal Kingdom Pirates or no? Maybe not. Animal Kingdom Pirates / Smile. Animal Kingdom Pirates / Smile. You've got your Smile support, Jag. You've got it. Be happy. You can use this or this who's who to play your Daifugo. There you go. Build me Smile aggro. He goes, nah. But anyway, the point is... Oh, God, why do I keep accidentally closing stuff? The point is that I'm really excited to see a blue-purple Animal Kingdom Pirate Tribal deck with this new support. And who knows what these cards can do, too. Because now this could grab those 2 events. So could this, probably. So there's a lot of flexibility here for an old random deck to suddenly be rocketed to the forefront of the meta. It's very dependent on what other support we see, but I could easily see it. And there's going to be another example of that soon. We're going to talk yellow real fast because there's some yellow support that doesn't match Queen, but is just Wano support. So let's take a look at that. Or, excuse me, either Wano or Big Mom. So we're seeing more Wano support for the... Skirion's favorite card on screen? What is it, the VV? Probably the VV, yeah. We're seeing more Wano support for the yellow Yamato starter. We've got this Otama, 1-drop 0, plus 1,000. On play, place up to one of your opponent's animal or smile type characters that cost 3 or less on top of their life area face up. It's really funny that this card hits smile cards. Like, when is that going to come up? I don't really see this as this useful. Is that useful? But it could put a Zoro card to the top of their life, right? Like, it could put Sunnyku to top of life, I guess. Yellow-green Arlong with triggers is really fun deck. Yellow-green Arlong with triggers is better than you think. Usopp pretty good, oh god. Is better than you think. I actually really like yellow-green Arlong with triggers. It's a very strong deck. It's like old Doflamingo. Plays very similarly. It's not like super meta or anything, but it's very viable. I'm late. Can you start again? No, you can watch the VOD. But you can enjoy us continuing from here. I don't really see this card coming up as too useful, but I still do like it. It could be teched against Zoro decks. I really wish it was a 2K counter. This is a perfect card to see 2K counter status. Here's a Yamato for the Yamato stuff. A 9-drop 9K. On play, KO 20 of your opponent's characters. The cost that is equal to or less than the total of you and total life of you and your opponent. So some potential decent removal. Then if you have 1 or less life, you may add up to 1 card from the top of your deck to your life area. So it's a 9K body that has flexibility. It can give you life. It can give you life, or it can be decent removal. This is okay in the Yamato deck because the Yamato deck is missing the 10-drop Big Mom as top end. And that's been really... pardon me. Gassy. That's been really hurting the Yamato deck because the Yamato deck is actually really strong, but it doesn't have that 10-drop Big Mom as top end. Yamato purely for Queen? I don't think Yamato's purely for Queen. I think, yeah, and for Yamato deck. I don't think you'd use this in Queen because I'd rather use 10-drop Kaido than this. Can you just give a vote to every card? Yes, I will give a vote to every card. You know, to every card we've gone over so far. I'll say yes, no, or maybe. But this, I could see this. So, yes, no, yes, maybe. Yes, maybe. Yes, yes, maybe. Yes, yes, yes. Did I miss green review? You did miss green review, but you just saw my little votes. I talked about green for a while, so definitely watch the VOD. Hard yes, maybe. Hard no. Yes. Maybe. And then no, maybe. Maybe 2K counter, so yes. Yes. Hard yes. Yes. Hard yes. Maybe. Maybe we haven't seen enough support for it. Hard yes. And this black stuff down here. Yes, 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 maybe. Honestly, just yes. All the black cards are yes. Black is so cool in set 4. Till now, good. Why Usopp is great? Usopp's not great. Who said that? Usopp's not great. Everyone forget Film Luffy can play new Usopp. Busted. That's not busted. Why is that busted? What am I missing here? This is Kamazo. This card is a worse Kamazo. Kamazo is not good. Therefore, this card is not good. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Like, that's all there is to it. Speak the truth. Yeah. This is a Kamazo in red, but Kamazo's not that strong. Kamazo's like a tech fun card. This is a tech fun card, but is not busted. So is busted, but Kamazo's not busted. Like, this card is fine. Purple didn't need Kamazo. Kamazo good. Purple is just bad. Red does. Red does not need Kamazo. Not even a little bit. Also, this is 5k power or less. It's not that hard to just not be affected by this card. I told you all, oh, it's fine. It's not great. Exactly. It's fine. It's not great. Everyone clears red. There's so many. What the fuck do you cut from your red decks to run this card? Every red card is so busted. It's so giga busted. Why would you run this over any of them? But this with the tags and color is busted. The color does not help this card. Alabasta Kingdom as a tag does not help it. Straw Hat is good. The Straw Hat tag is powerful, but it does not make this card notably strong. Can you give me your recap on Doflamingo? I will give you a really, really quick recap on Doflamingo, and only because it is the deck I'm the most excited for. This shit is S tier. This card is absolutely broken. This card is absolutely broken. This card I could see as a couple of. This card Jag says is getting run up in 4. I think that that's a meta call to answer the Doflamingo because this card is actually one of the most insane cards I've ever seen, and it can't stun a card if the card gets switched to active, and a 5k swing every turn is not terrible. I wish this card had a counter stat. Sugar is really, really strong. And if a card on play kills Sugar, you cannot use Sugar's effect in response. There's my real quick recap. Straw Hat. Skirium will top and shout out Moonmen for not believing. Go for it. True. Thanks, bud. Listen. Okay, here's the thing. This card is not bad, right? This card is fine. It is fine. There are so many red cards that are better than this card. I just don't see it. I'm just not there. It is a worse Kamazo. That's all there is to it. I like it's a Straw Hat type. It can be searched off Nami. It can be played off 7-drop Luffy if you're running 7-drop Luffy. Hammer time. I do like that he has the big-ass hammer. All Sunday is bad. This is great. All Sunday is not bad. We'll get there. We'll get there. All right, we were talking about yellow support, so let's keep going with that. Big Mom. This card is kind of funny because it can be used in the Yamato deck or the Big Mom deck. It's not good, right? Like, it's okay. I like this card in Mono Mom and Mono Yellow Big Mom. Cheating a 7k body into play is really funny. Overall, I'm not a huge fan of this card, though. 4 cost 5 for draw 1. Thank you. Miss All Sunday is good. Yeah, Miss All Sunday is good, but we'll get there. We'll get there. But this card's all right. I like it more in Mono Mom than any other deck. 6-drop 8k is my favorite type of vanilla. Cool. This beige is really sweet. It's a 2k counter with a really strong trigger. It does not have Big Mom Pirates, which is really sad. It's not searchable by anything, so I could see it not getting run for that reason. But it's got a really good trigger as well as a good counter stat. I could see it in Mono Mom. I could see it in a few things. How consistent is that? Cheating 7 in Big Mom does seem broken, right? How consistent is that in Mom? Katakuri, bro. Katakuri could take Linlin and put her on the bottom. Katakuri could... Here's the thing. Here's why I don't really like this card unless it's in Mono Mom. I don't want it in hand. That's my problem. I really, really don't want to see this card in my hand. What am I cutting for this? The other 7-drop Big Mom? The 8-drop Katakuri? The 10-drop Big Mom? I couldn't cut any of those cards. But I can't add more dead top end, right? So, it's not terrible in Katakuri, but I really like it in Mono Mom, where I just put it in my fucking life and not have to deal with it. That's my preference. If we see another way to get a card from our hand into life than Mono Mom, because I'm pretty sure Mono Mom and the stage, which is terrible, are the only 2 ways of getting a specific card from hand into life. If we see that, I'm here for this card. But otherwise, okay, here's how you use this card. You put it on top of your deck with Perona or Doflamingo, and then you use Queen's ability, Queen Leader, to put it into the top card of your life. That I could fucking see. That I would laugh my ass off. I would fucking die for that. Only Mono Yellow Mom stats are too meh for Katakuri dead in hand. Yeah, I'm with it. I'm with it. Can't do that? Why can't you do that? Why can't you do that? You can do that absolutely. Need 4 life in hand? Yeah. That's fine. Like okay, you have 1 life. You have 3 cards in hand. One of them is Perona. You play Perona, right? 4 life or hand, so 2 life, 2 hand. That's fine. I don't see the issue here. Whereas if you only have 1 life and a small enough hand, and you have an 8 cost or more on board, you play Perona, you check the top, you put Linlin on top, you swing with the Queen, you have 1 card in life, 2 in hand, Linlin goes to top. When next time you take damage, you have exactly 1 life, Linlin triggers, you play her. It's not good. Like, I hate that. But it's certainly a thing that can be done. This card is even Land of Wano, so it fits with the... Nope, doesn't even fit with Queen. Yeah. Then they play 10 Big Mom, you cry. That's true. Due to Anthony in your playtesting? Alright, I will. Fuck him. He might quit. He would quit. He sucks. Anthony's bad. Anyway. This Sanji SR. I didn't realize this was an SR. 4-drop 5k blocker. Trigger, you may trash 1 card in your hand. Play this card. This card's pretty decent. It's not great. I didn't know it was an SR. I don't think it deserves SR status, but it's good. It's cute. It's cute. That's exactly it. It's cute. And this Bellamy. I have no idea why there's a random ass Bellamy in yellow and not like in green. Right? Like, this card is weird. But I like its effect. It's a promo. Black Uta and SR. More triggers, blockers in yellow is annoying as fuck. Yeah. Yeah. Anyone can be an SR now. That's been the way since set 1. Look at this card. Why is this an SR? Hold the phone. Why the fuck is this an SR? Huh? This should be a common. Anyone could always be a fucking SR. But anyway. Bellamy. 5 cost 6k banish. Dawn times 2. If you have 0 life, he gets plus 2000 power. Honestly, I just like him for the 5 drop 6 banish. His name is Luffy. That's why. That's a fact. I just like him for the 5/6 banish. That's it. I don't know how viable he is. No counter stat hurts. Banish is a really powerful word. That's cool. All right. We are going to be talking about Crocodile next. But first, we're going to take a quick moment to talk about this. Guys, the Moonmen TCG is doing an awesome, huge One Piece event in Viaport Mall in Rotterdam, New York on June 3rd. If you don't already know about it, I'm going to give you a real fast rundown. Here's the pricing. First is Manga Ace and some packs, then Nami and some packs, then Luffy and some packs, Zoro and some packs. That's far, pick me up. Fucking, Cujo Man was the first one to sign up. Just fucking drive. Take the train, Josilo. Get a ride with Anthony. That's the plan. 5th and 6th is Whitebeard and packs, Even Coffin packs, Shanks and packs. So this is the top 8. You get some pretty fucking sweet stuff for top 8. Also, Far from Michigan. It is Far from Michigan. Top 16, get this Zoro leader, custom, exclusive from Kaizoku Cards. Good friend, thank you for sponsoring the event. It will not have this watermark on it. I have received these cards. They are fucking beautiful. First place will have a winner stamp. Then 2nd through 15, I'll get this. On top of that, we are doing giveaways to people who pre-register. So if you pre-register, you'll be entered to win one of the following prizes. So far, what's been revealed is 7 Box Topper promotion packs, 2 Promotion Pack 2022, and earlier this stream, and I'll show you today or Saturday? Sure, I'll show you. Earlier this stream, I'll announce it again, I'm giving away an Alt-Art 5-drop Law as well. The only chance to participate in the giveaway is to pre-register specifically. The link, it's $30 entry. There are 2 more things that are getting added to the giveaway. They are all better. The giveaway prizes get better the further we go along. If you want to sign up, you can go to twitch.com, go to my channel, which you are all on right now. Mute this shit so we don't have feedback. And if you go down to the About section, fuck, we have feedback anyway. You go down to the About section, you can see all of my links. I need one more OMG Max. If you go to my links down here, you'll see one for Grand Line Cup. You click on this picture and it takes you straight to the registration form. My email is here. You can email me questions if you have any concerns. Please, please sign up for this event. I want to keep doing competitive events. There's not enough competitive events that exist in the One Piece world. This is really a passion project for me, not a profit project. If I actually cared about profit, I would just be selling all this stuff and making way more money, I promise. We are hoping to be streaming it. We do not have the setup. The commentators are likely to be Anthony and Isaiah from Just Zay Gaming. It is offline. It is in person at Viaport Mall in Rotterdam, New York. Definitely try and make it if you can. June 3rd starts at 11. Doors open at 9. We'll have a player meeting at 10:30, going over everything and giving away the giveaways. Okay. Sorry for that real quick plug. If you guys have any other questions, feel free to throw them in chat. I'll leave this up so I can come back to it if I need to. Now then, let us talk about Crocodile. I hate this leader. At least I did when it was first revealed. Blue purple. I'm a clown. Purple yellow. Opponent's turn. It's very close to Schenectady and Albany for hotels and whatnot. Of course. I don't like the leader effect. Or I didn't. It's growing on me. Effect, opponent's turn once per turn. When you return Dawn from your field to the Dawn deck through one of your effects, add 1 Dawn back as active. So when this was first revealed, I was like, I don't really care. Cool. Judgment of Hell, you get the Dawn back to active. Blast Breath, you get the Dawn back to active. And I wasn't expecting to see a bunch of stuff that I really thought made it worth it. I was fucking wrong. Is the second worst? What's the first worst? Queen? Queen is worst. I actually do think this is the second worst leader from in a vacuum, right? Like if you're considering just the leader effect, I'm with you. The thing is, I actually like the support it's been getting. So let's take a look. Not at that. Let's look at Miss All Sunday first. This card is really good, honestly. If you don't think it is, you're fucking wrong. No, but anyway, 5 drop 5k, no counter stat, terrible stats, terrible stats. On play, ramp 1 rested, and if you have 6 or more Dawn, draw a card. That's not bad. 5 for 5, ramp and draw. And you almost definitively have 6 or more Dawn, right? Because you are playing it for 5 and drawing a card. Its trigger is Dawn -2, play this card. That's where it really excels. If you trigger this, you play it, you get 1 Dawn back, you get the other Dawn back, you draw a card, and you have a 5k body. I'm dying on that hill. This is what I've been waiting for. This is what it's all about. All Croc leader effects are meh, but gets decent support. But you need to play her before. That's so bad. What do you mean you need to play her before? Before what? You need to play her before what? I don't understand. And if you're in yellow, so you can reorganize your triggers to see this when you want to. And I think that if it weren't purple-yellow for the Dawn effect, so meaning you're saying you need to have 6 Dawn on board to play her, to draw the card. Yeah, that's fine. That's still not bad. That's still completely fine. Especially if you're playing her off life. See, if it weren't for this trigger, I'd hate this card. The trigger is what makes it. Because you're in yellow. So you can stack your life and put this card where you need to. Also, a 5-drop 5k that draws a card and gets a Dawn, that's pretty good. That's just solid. That's all there is to it. Now we'll talk this Crocodile. Like, it's not broken, right? Like, I don't think it's game-breaking. But I do think it's good. So, Crocodile. 8-drop 9k. Those are really good stats. It's not common you see this kind of card have more power than its cost. On play, Dawn -2. If your leader's type includes Baroque Works, place up to 1 card from your top of your deck on top of your life. You're in blue, so you can put, or you're not in blue. We'll get there later. On opponent's attack, once per turn, Dawn -1. Draw 1 card and trash 1 card in your hand. That's fucking awesome. This card acts almost as Doflamingo. Your opponent attacks, and then if you are all tapped out, you Dawn -1, getting the Dawn right back, draw a card, discard a card. That's really cool. Sucks in Blurple. Of course, it's good for that leader, but it's just for that. Sucks in Blurple. That's fine, though. It's good for that leader. That's what it's made for. What's up with the villains that are just chilling, sitting down? Him and Dofi literally don't care about anything. They sit on thrones. Yeah, Kuja Man. They sit on thrones. That's exactly it. This card is really cool. And I'm a big fan. I think this card is very powerful, and it's very much what we needed in this set. We'll go over here to Miss Valentine. 2-drop 2k plus 1k counter. On play, look at the top 5 cards of your deck. Reveal a Baroque Works in one of its types. Reveal 1 card with Baroque Works in its type. Add it to your hand. Place remaining cards on the bottom of your deck in any order. Trigger Dawn -1. Play this card. So, fun fact. I like that this card is a searcher. Cool. But also, it says with Baroque Works in one of its types. That's important. We'll get to that later. Before we go on to Yokozuna and Frankie, we're going to go over here to the boy, the man, the myth, the legend. I like that Croc SR. That Croc SR is very strong. You make Croc stand, you get the sand. 3-drop 4k counter plus 1000. When opponents attacking Dawn -1, this character's original power becomes the attacking character or leader's power until the end of the turn. This card's okay. It's not anything too fabulous. But it can make it really hard to kill, in theory. I'm not that big a fan of it. I think this is the worst Mr. 2 we've gotten. I really wish it was a 2k counter. Deserves to be a 2k counter. But Baroque Works does not need more 2k counters. This card is very mid, yeah. Now, let's talk about blue-purple. This card and this card make me so excited for blue-purple Crocodile. So, first of all, out of this set, we've gotten the best blue removal spell in the game, which blue-purple Croc really, really needed. Yeah, first not 2k for Bonclay. It's big sad. Blue-purple Croc really, really needed this support, and this is going to help a lot. 6 cost is a lot, but this effect is so busted. This is the strongest removal we've ever gotten, and it's the only removal that can get rid of literally anything in the game. And it bottom decks is better than Destroy or Bounce. You don't get on KO effects. They can't put it to the bottom of their deck for other black type effects. Okay, but it's not a body. That's fine. That's fine. Like, you'll only run it at like 2. 2 in almost all blue decks. That's exactly it. You run it at like 2. Maybe more meta call, depending on your type of deck. Also, in blue-purple Croc, it draws you a card. That's really cool. This card in blue-purple Croc is insane. Blue-purple Croc loves this healing. On top of that, it has hand filtering. On top of that, it's an amazing giant body. I don't think this card is bad in blue-purple Croc, but hey, to each their own. And with Miss Valentine, you have the Baroque Works event and this Miss Valentine to search for like your entire deck. And Miss Valentine can search for cards with Baroque Works in one of its types, meaning it can grab all the Impel Down Baroque Works cards, which the other searcher cannot. So Blue Purple Croc, I don't have like a list assembled or anything, but we're actually going to see it be more viable than it's ever been in the past. And it was already starting to make a comeback in set 3. I'm very excited to see what comes forward for it in this set. No, it's not. If we still can aggro meta, I don't think we will be super heavy in the aggro meta. I think set 4 is going to slow things down a lot. Yeah, Jag, you have been waiting for this moment. It's Blue Purple Croc's time. And then we've got this Yokozuna blocker. When opponent attack, draw -1, return which one of your opponent's characters costs 2 or less to its owner's hand. Right there. Put that in Blue Purple Croc. It's Zoro. It's anti-Zoro. Give me more anti-Zoro cards. I want them. But also, this card is really good in Purple Yellow Crocodile, of course. So is this Frankie. 1-drop 1k, counter plus 2000. That's awesome. On opponent's... Well, I guess this isn't good in Crocodile. On opponent's attack, draw -1. If your leader has the Water 7 type, up to one of your leader characters gets plus 1000 during the power. Frog over Duck, kill yourself. Plus 1000 power during this battle. This is a nifty card. If it can stick, it's really easy to remove, and that's what I don't like about it. But I do like the card overall. And I can see a world where you play like 2 or 3 at once, and it puts in a lot of work. I'll put Usopp in my Blue Purple Croc. Yeah, go for it, Jag. You think this is good? This is so bad. Put Cujo in Timeout Duck Hater, and it's a rare. This card is not that bad. It is a 2k counter that is... it's a 2k counter with a relevant effect, and it is searchable. There is searching for Water 7. It depends on the matchup you're playing against. If you're playing against something that has a lot of cheap removal, this card is bad. If you're not, this card's pretty good. And if you're playing into something with a lot of cheap removal, like you're playing against red, right? You're playing against black, you're playing against purple. Sure. You don't play this card. You use it for a 2k counter in those matchups. You play against green, you play against blue. Blue doesn't have a lot of answers for this card outright without making them feel like they're wasting a card. Green, yes, they could rest it and then swing into it, but you're forcing their answers on this card. That's pretty good. Hey, I speak facts. No, you don't. Frog, duck over frog every time. Too bad this wasn't in set 3 for Iceberg. That'd been very cool. We didn't get any new ducks. Now I'm mad. Go frog. We'll get new ducks. Give it time. You need to play Iceberg. It's locked. Yes, this card is only good in Iceberg, and Iceberg is a bad deck. You're right. That is the argument for this card is bad. However, I do like the card. It's just that I don't want to play it because I don't want to play the deck it's in, you know? This is awful for Water 7 type. Forget about blocker others. Yeah, see, I really wish this card didn't require the Water 7 leader. Then I'm forgot about blocker otters. Otters are not overduck. This card sucks. The Kung Fu Dugongs. This card is trash. But anyway, no, if this card didn't require a leader, it'd be much better. Because it requires a leader, and that leader is bad, is only for Water 7. Sorry, yeah. It is for Water 7 type. You're exactly there, Pabrick. Where if this wasn't for only Water 7, I'd like the card a lot more. Because you can only use an Iceberg, the card is pretty negligible. I do have to agree with that. And that's it. We've gone over everything in set 4. So, now what we're going to do, I'm going to pull up a list of all the leaders. And I'm going to talk about the leaders that I think are the biggest winners from the set 4 cards. Why did I do that here? Fuck. This was meant to be stuck on set 4. I'm going to go over all the leaders that I think are the biggest winners from set 4. I'm going to go over why. Do a tier of colors. All right, I'll do that after the leaders. Biggest winners right now. You know, Law doesn't get anything too major, right? Diamante's not bad. The Pell isn't bad. Law, I don't think will be bad, but Kung Fu Dugong, I guess you can run more 1-drop blockers in Law, right? But he doesn't really win at all. He's not anything that I think is a big winner. Big winners, Blue Purple Kaido, Blue Purple Croc are both very, very big winners coming out of the set. Edward Newgate, I think, is a very big winner. I think the 7-drop Vivi helps him a lot. I think it helps him more than it helps like basically any other deck. because you're just running giant Whitebeard vanillas, and that's very strong. The boat will be banned, and that is good, because if Vivi and the boat existed in the same set, we'd have a big problem. Garp is a Mimi winner, which is very funny, thanks to that little Diablo Jambe Monkey D Luffy. Where's the black card? Oh, there it was. King Kong gun combo. Garp's a Mimi winner. Ace is not winning yet because we haven't seen a single red event out of the set. Arlong's a big winner. Arlong's a pretty big winner. I don't even know if I went over this card. I might have just forgotten it, honestly. Dawn times one if you have less life than your opponent. This character gets plus 1,000 power. Trigger me to discard one card. Arlong's a pretty big winner because of the Samo SR. Where is he? This makes Arlong Kuro. Kuro's not a big winner. Kuro gets nothing too good. Daddy Masterson's okay. This card's okay. Kuro's not a big winner, though. Deck's already too bad to be a big winner. But this SR Sanji is pretty helpful for Arlong, giving it more targets that are viable for the deck. Pardon me. Mono Mom is a winner. No, honestly, Mono Mom's not even a winner. That card's not relevant enough. The Yamato leader's a winner. The new 9-drop Yamato helps that deck out a lot. And now, if we were to talk about leaders from the set, Vivi is a winner. Dofi is a winner. Rebecca is a winner. Those are the guaranteed 3 winners. They have already won. Isho has potential. He's just not there yet. Or he hasn't been solved yet. Queen has potential. He's just not there yet. Purple Yellow Croc has a lot of potential. I actually do think this will be a winner. He's just not there yet. We haven't seen anything that really excels him. Mono Red Luffy's a pretty big winner thanks to the Vivi. I think the Vivi helps that deck a lot. Mono Blue Croc is a winner. Every blue deck's a winner just because that 6-drop removal spell is so good, but that's literally the only reason. And I actually think Kid, you could see the return of some Kid decks with the 10-drop Dofi. They got a really good top-end piece that is not leader-specific. So I could see Kid decks making, that's the wrong thing, I could see Kid decks making a comeback. Those are the winners of the set. You want me to do a prospective tier list of colors, huh? All right, you know what? We're going to do this. If we're going to do this, we're going to do this right. We're going to go to Tier Maker. We're going to make a template. And now I'm going to use 1 leader of every color to represent the color. It is going to be the first known leader of that color, probably. Or the first leader I see of that color here. But note that that does not represent the leader. It is just meant to represent the color. Or maybe I should just download images of colors. Can I just do that? Can I just... I'd have to do the multicolors. That'd be annoying. Make your own. Like, do I have to upload images? How does this work? Yeah, I do. Okay. Colors, set for OP. Select a category. I don't fucking know. Do I have to? I'm just going to leave that blank. Description template. Cover photo. We're going to use the GLs, and we're going to use... boom. Cool. And now... Big vanilla, just change the color in order. Yeah. Well, I mean, oh, so you're saying don't even use images. But then how do I do multicolor, right? I'll make it work. I'll make it work. We'll just do it. We're just gonna do it. All right. So, yeah. We'll make it happen. S A B C D E F G H I. What the fuck? Why am I not logged in? You did this to me. Why am I a monkey? This little NFT monkey. Yeah, that's actually a good idea. I do like that. OP colors set 4. Show extra rows. F, G, H, I. And what I'll do is I'll just rename them the color afterwards. What do I have to pick? I have to pick a cover photo. Boom. And then I've got a boom. Yes. And this is my category. AMC shows is my cat. Why? Okay. I guess I have to upload an image. So we're going to upload my logo again. It won't let me. What am I doing wrong? What am I doing? Oh, gotcha. OP colors set. That's probably what I was doing all along. I bet I didn't need to do any of that other stupid shit. What the? Did it just refresh? You must upload at least 5 images. Okay, got it. OP colors set for. Oh my god, why do I keep hitting enter? I was not prepared for this. Very clearly. Alright. Boom. Boom. Oh, come on. Let me upload multiple pictures at once, please. Alright, first. Oh, that's the cover photo. That's why it won't let me. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The pictures do not matter. Best part of the stream, watching me fucking fail. That's what you want? That's what you... Did I just put D above C because I'm stupid? Yeah, so here's what we're going to do. So, add row below, add row below. How many color combinations are there right now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Holy shit. There are 19. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Great. So, red, blue, green, purple, black, yellow, red, green, blue, purple. For the record, because I am a Magic the Gathering player, I will be using U to represent blue and B to represent black. Okay. Black, red. What's next? Black, red, black, purple, blue, green. Okay. All right, let me close out of all this shit. I don't need any of this extra stuff open anymore. Now it's just clogging my desktop. So, black, red, blue, green, black, purple. And then in the next set, we had green, yellow, and we had yellow, black. Whoops. And then we've got blue, red for Vivi. We've got black, green. We've got purple, green. We've got blue, yellow. We've got purple, yellow. And we've got black, blue. And I don't think I'm missing anything, guys. Right? I'm not missing anything? I could change the colors. Yeah, why not? Let's just do it. Let's just get it out of the fucking way. Blue. It'll look better if the colors make at least some semblance of sense, right? Did I just accidentally delete it? Blue, purple, green. No, I moved purple up. That's what happened. I was like, how the fuck did I do that? Purple. Black. Can I change the text? Guess not. All right, well, you'll know that guy. Well, you guys know that's black. You're not stupid. Oh, yellow is actually already there. We'll use this orange for red, green. Blue, purple. We'll use this purple, I guess. Black, red. We'll use this gray. Blue, green. We'll use this green. Yep. Black, purple. We'll use this gray. Green, yellow. Shit. I'm running out of stuff. We'll use this one. Why not? Yellow. This. I might not even have enough options here. Yellow, blue. Yeah, fuck this. There aren't even enough options. Yeah, I can save $300 on a fridge. What? Good for you, Curtis. Good for you. All right. So, the easiest way to do this is to start by sorting what I think is going to be really good at the top, and then sorting them individually. So, mono red is going to be really good, in my opinion. I also think Black, red, blue, green, blue, no, black, purple, green, yellow, no, yellow, blue, yellow, blue, no, not yet, blue, red. Blue, red's gonna be good. Wow, this is fucking annoying. Can I move? I can't. Can I just? I can't. Oh my god, this is terrible. This is absolutely terrible. This is not. There's got to be a better way for me to do this. I'm just gonna open up a Google Doc, I think, and list them because this is gonna take me fucking years to do in this way. All right, just write it in order, yeah, because that's ridiculous. Colors in order of goodness. So we're gonna go red. Red is good. Blue / black is really good. Purple, green is really good. Blue, not blue red. Yeah, blue red is really good. Those are my top 4 at the moment, I think. Yeah, I think those are the 4 I think are going to be best. I think that it's going to be purple green is number 1. And then followed by blue red. That's no, actually then honestly, then I think followed by blue black. And then I think red, and then I think blue red. Let's see. After that, maybe mono yellow after that. Probably mono yellow. Tiers. Yeah, I can do tiers. It won't take me long. Tier 1. And now I think once we've hit mono yellow, we're in tier 2. And in tier 2, I'd put mono yellow. I'd put black green in tier 2. Yeah. Black green is good. Honestly, I think I'd put blue purple in tier 2 as well. I think one of those 2 decks is going to be really good. And then I'd probably put mono blue and then mono green. Maybe in the other order. Green, blue. Honestly, I think blue yellow is going to be good too. I think the support. We have to see the support, but I don't know. It's just a gut feeling. But I'll put it in tier 3. I'll wait on that one for tier 3. Oh, red green. Law's going to be good no matter what. Actually, I think it's going to be. I think law is going to be here. Red green, and now I think we hit tier 3. Whoops. Okay. Yeah, purple's doing nothing too major, sadly. I'd actually put black in tier 2, mono black. Just because CP9 I think is still good. Very bottom of tier 2, but tier 2 nonetheless. Also, I did get Sabo, which is just a strong card. Okay. What am I? What are we putting here? What's left? Purple is left. Black red is left. Blue green is left. All those sucks. Black purple is probably next. Actually, green yellow is next. Yeah, green yellow is next. What mono colors have I done? I've done red, green, blue. Yeah, green, yellow. Mono green? I put mono green up here. Green, yellow. Red, blue. Red, green, blue, black, yellow. So I haven't done purple. Here we'll put purple because just monocolors are good. And then black, purple. Probably. And then black, red. And then green, blue. Is that all of them? Did I forget anyone? Oh, I didn't do... I think I'm going to put blue, yellow here. This is just... This is purely based on theory. But I just have more faith in Queen than I do in Arlong, I think. I think that's everything. Yellow purple? Did I leave out yellow purple? That should be in tier 2. Yellow purple. Oof. I'm going to put here. Truth? I think this is what we need to do. Nah, 3 tiers is fine. There's just more here. I think what I'll do is I'll take yellow and put it in the top because mono yellow is a very, very strong deck and it's not really getting worse. So these are the 5 decks that I just am very confident are going to be very strong coming into set 4. I think these will be our top contenders. This is a perspective order. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if it was just still red on top, but the order isn't as important as the tier in my opinion, but this is where I'm at. These are the decks that I think have a lot of potential and either need solving or have inherent weaknesses that stop them from being up here. You don't know about Vivi? I also am not sure on Vivi, but the leader is just, if she weren't red, right? Because red is such a strong color, and giving red card draw and innate rush abilities, I just have a lot of potential. I have a lot of faith in it. Vivi could end up being tier 2, but you know, this is all theory crafting, right? Like we haven't even seen the full set revealed. When the full set's revealed, I'll have a much better idea. But I think Vivi's going to be in tier 1. These are decks that either need to be solved or have glaring weaknesses. And then these are decks that are greatly missing an oomph to make them compete. That's where I'm at. All right. That was a lot of fun. Set 4 is going to be really awesome. I'm going to be back, I think, Wednesday to stream. We're going to be talking about set 3. Set 3 is right around the corner. So I want to make sure everyone is well prepared for what's going on. One last time, I stupidly closed the ad. But if you go into my Twitch channel, right, and you just go to this about down here, scroll down where you guys are right now, and you click this link, you can sign up for my Grand Line Cup. Please do. It'll be awesome. There's awesome prize support, very friendly atmosphere, excellent customer service, I've been told. And I'm really excited to be putting on such a big event. I want to do more in the future. We need a reason to be playing this game. We need more events to compete at. And I'm just really looking forward to this. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you had fun going over these set 4 reveals. We will continue to go over set 4 reveals as they get spoiled, as I am kind of hopefully back on the saddle with streaming now that work has calmed down. So thank you all for watching, and I will see you next time.